Well, Singapore does air quality monitoring continuously for ages, and they put it online and they are fully transparent about it. And here you see this for today, you know. And of course, I wanted I can go back anytime in day in a year and look up any day in any year, as long as the data was kept. So the whole idea of explaining this is to explain why your place needs continuous monitoring. People need to know this. It's absolutely important. Okay, that's an obvious statement. So let me come back to 12th November. So can I get it of 2018? So I've gone back there to look at something. So you have historical information and you can get it for any place, anytime. And this is back today's reading. So just to give you an idea, and of course I will give you a link where you can go and look at it. So here I drag in the World Air Quality Index, and of course pretty much the whole world is shown. So I will drag in into India just to show India is turning out to be one of the worst cases, really one of the worst cases. I'll zoom in and you will see I'll have to drag it in place. In comparison even to China, you have reached some of the worst cases, 999. That is the top end of the scale, which means it has gone. And so of course here I pick up another place, Bangalore for example, who's not very far from the maximum, 833. In comparison to what should be in a nice place between 20s and 15 and 13, that should be what a standard good air quality standard should be. So until you saw those things, you wouldn't know. See, in comparison, even China, a greater part of China doesn't look that bad. Now, can you see that? I'll give you some time to look at it so that you can compare between the worst cases in India versus the worst cases in China. In China, you are not seeing, okay, now let's come back to places like Malaysia and Singapore. Okay, so now scrolling into, I'm just zooming into Malaysia, that is Malaysia, southern part, and then we go further down into Singapore. Zoom in, drag it, and I'll show you. I live somewhere in this region, the northeast region. That's where I live, and that's pretty much shown in our map when I showed you on the first page. They are pretty much, so to give you an idea, this is AQI, Air Quality Index. Although Singapore represents numbers in PSI, Pollution Standard Index, there is a small translation you can use. Because that's a traditional idea, But nevertheless, the units of measurement have been pulled out and given separately. They all are measured in micrograms per meter cube, per unit volume of air, each of it. The sulfur dioxide, PM10, PM2.5, carbon monoxide. They are shown in that manner in that table. You can definitely go take a look at it. So I'll give you the link so that you can take a look at it directly. I've intentionally made these messages the duration long enough so that I want you to read them correctly, understand them correctly, and then act upon it. I want you to also go to the links that I provide, both in the mail, both in the message that comes along with this, as well as in the description box when it goes up into YouTube. You have to ask yourself these questions. Are you going to be fooled again and again? Are you going to accept their nonsense? Are you willing to stay silent and they walk all over you? This is a simple question that you have to question yourself and answer it yourself. After that, you will do what you need to do.